all over again. Now we will play. Clemson will push it into the Wofford half and see what they can do here in this first 3 to 5 minutes.
Well, I think talking to Coach Tyson, Wofford will want to play on the front foot, not concede a lot of space, and play with a low block against this Clemson team.
And Clemson generally is very patient seeking out an attack, as they will get it, throw it into the box, but head it out. Clemson will keep it in the bottom third. Attack towards the end line, push it into the box line, push it into the box area, but it's cleared out. But Clemson right away will control. From the wing, try to bring it, feed it back. Stripped away, and Wofford will look to control deep in their own territory. Parker turns it out.
That's nicely done from Lucas Magnuson there, reading that play, stepping in and winning that.
Meinhard leaves it back. Mentioned in the open, this is a Clemson team, Kevin, coming in this, it's won 5 in a row. It's won 7 of the last 8. Here's an attack. Chip it across. It's up and over everybody, and backside will be chased down, and Wofford will look to control. See if they can push it into the Clemson zone for the first time. Parker will look to do that. He's slowed down. Gibet. Parker, though, trying to push it through. Whistle and a foul called there on Clemson.
Yeah, nice little run from Parker there. And
try to split defenders. Won't be pushing, and Dama. Wait for it to drift into the box where he can put hands on it, just roll it out. Mentioned that this also 17th meeting, it's 5, 6, and 5 is the series in this. So 5 ties. One of them was the last meeting between these two. As a matter of fact, in 2023, 15th of October, a 1-1 tie. Again, there's a center. Just chops up and over everyone. And that'll be controlled, though, on the far side. Okalola. Ball tipped out.
When we were talking to Coach Tyson prepping for this game, one of the things he talked about is Clemson can beat you centrally with combination play, and they're also dangerous in wide areas. It's kind of pick your poison, but right now they seem to be very concerned with staying compact centrally, and they're going to concede some of that space in wide areas. So Arthur Duquesne will have to clean up his serves a little bit.
This was a Clemson club that got off to a 1-1-1 start, and it's eerily similar to what happened last year with Clemson. Mike Noonan's club didn't get off to the greatest of starts, but boy, did they finish well on their way to their 3rd national championship here at Clemson overall. Excuse me, their 4th national championship overall. And that ball pushed out of bounds by Wofford. Go back and punch out here. Just getting a hand to it, punching it away from the frame.
And Okalola just trying to pick out Alex Meinhard at that back post. Good awareness from Ledden.
Clemson again just looking to build. And they'll try to push it. Errant pass, looking for Duquesne. Taken away as Gorst will push it back. Landsberg feeds it back to Ledden, who clears it off the wing. Wofford being very patient with it in their own end, just as I say that. Clear it towards midfield. And that's going to be jumped upon. Clemson can't control. Oh. Jen trying to push it through, but couldn't. Parker feeds it back.
A couple of timely tackles there from Wofford.
Ledden again. Big 6'5" goalie. Not a lot of weight on that 6'5" frame, only 176 pounds, but
pretty good wingspan, though.
Yeah, there is a lot of stretch that is there, no doubt. Ball up the sideline will eventually drift out of bounds for a throw in for Clemson. Lindegaard. Magnuson.
Well, Don, you were talking about Jen coming on at the end of the year. Boy, Lucas Magnuson, he's grown up in a hurry too.
He has. There's Jen. Push it through. Is that onside? That's going to pass is going to be a little too strong. Trying to push it off to Musa. So the head coach of the Wofford Terriers, you see him there, Joel Tyson. Became head coach at Wofford December the 12th of 2018. See his overall record. You know a little bit about Mr. Tyson. He was actually with you for a period of time at Georgia Southern during your coaching days there.
Yeah, very short span of time, but Joel and I go back several years. He's done well. He's got this team sitting in 4th place in the Southern Conference with a trip to VMI to wrap things up. Don, have you ever seen a soccer game at VMI?
I have not. My dad actually went to school at Washington and Lee, right there across the street.
Yeah.
And I think we're going to get our first corner of the night here. Yeah. So I've seen football at VMI before, but never seen soccer.
Yeah, the cadets line the field during a game, so it can get a little intense. But they have a chance if some results fall their way to climb as high as 2nd in their league.
First corner of the night. Trying to feed it backside, ball in the air, bounding around, headed out. Wofford will jump on it, look to clear it, relieve the pressure. He will do exactly that. That's a nice little turn back. Good one touch.
That's well done from Arthur Duquesne.
Jen plays it back and then gets it right back. Kind of pushed off to the wing, but deflected. And here comes Parker with it one more time. He'll slow things down at the midfield stripe. The one thing about VMI, and you hear about VMI, know it's a military school and all that. People don't think there's a lot of athletic history there. Back in the 70s, VMI was a top 25 basketball NCAA power. Played in a place they called the Pit. Only sat 1,000 people, and the cadets would get right on top of you.
That sounds about right.
Had a guy named Ron Carter that was an All-American for him. So Clemson looking to build off the back end again. Gibet to the foot of Lundegaard. Duquesne trying to push it through to Musa, but that pass deflected. And to be settled. Symes, Gorst, he'll feed it back in.
That's really good defending from Adam Lundegaard as Symes is playing negative. He keeps the pressure on, able to cut out that pass.
Here's a run as Anderson will run that down. Go 1v1. Feed it out front, well defended. Pushed outside the box, but Wofford controls there. Opportunity maybe for a cross here. Good defense, though. Wofford carries it outside the top of the box. Dangerous shot here, and it will deflect. And it'll become a corner for Wofford. That was carried well across the top of the box. Just deflected off of a Clemson player for the first corner of the night for the Terriers of Wofford. So Nick Parker, senior from Rock Hill.
Yeah, he's shown some flashes. He's got a bit of pace about him. He's not afraid to go at players.
Bends it in, but headed out. Musa will clear it, and it'll go out of bounds. Right there by Mike Noonan, coming up the Clemson bench area. And there's the head coach for the Clemson Tigers. See his resume there. Tournament champions 21 and 23. And a three-time ACC tournament championship coach as well. We'll talk a little bit more about this as we go through the broadcast, but Clemson in a spot where they could claim a regular season title in the ACC. Now, some things have to happen, but they have one game left. They'll be traveling to Syracuse this coming Saturday.
Well, if they can take care of their own business and get a result at Virginia Tech, they'll finish no worse than second.
Yep.
So, you know, this. You and I were on that first game of the first conference game for Stanford on the year. That was a barn burner.
Oh, no doubt. But cross out front, and then that ball will be deflected away. And that should be a corner coming here for Clemson. Good idea, deflected. Jen trying to put that on frame, but deflected out. Take a look there at Gibet. Gibet sends it in again, looking backside. Musa trying to climb that ladder, and that will be a goal kick. Deflected off a number of bodies.
Yeah, it looked like you had Musa and Magnuson lurking at that back post.
You know, it's funny you talked about that Stanford game here to kind of open up league play. And it's amazing how playing time has changed. You know, positions on the field have changed for particular players on Clemson, and it's just the art of putting together your squad as you work your way throughout the year. Here's Landsberg trying to push it upfield. Ball
and
taken away.
You get the feeling that Coach Noonan has kind of ironed out that lineup here in the last 4 or 5 games.
Well, he does what every good coach wants his team to do. They need to be peaking as you head towards tournament time. ACC tournament and obviously in the NCAA tournament. And I'm not so sure, I mean, you can tell me this as a head coach. I'm not so sure there's not 2 peaks that you have to hit if you're going to win championships. I mean, you got to be playing at a certain level to win a conference championship, particularly in the Atlantic Coast Conference. But then to win it all, I think you got to take that even a step further.
You do, and the biggest thing I think is the depth too. And you look at this roster, and there's probably 16 guys that legitimately could start on any given day, and so that's very important. You've got to have those numbers there.
Well, you got to figure there's going to be somebody. There's probably going to be 2 somebodies. A ball will deflect and become a corner. There's going to be somebody hurt, and it's going to happen late in the season, and it's going to be somebody of importance. It may be 2 bodies of importance that go down. I mean, sometimes you have to be a little bit lucky and not have really key players go down. But, you know, it's one of the things that man right there, I'm sure he's thinking about all the time. So another corner here. They'll play it short. Jen Gibet trying to bend it to that top far corner.
Yeah, not sure if he was trying to shape that into that far corner or he was trying to pick out Meinhard, but it'll be a Wofford goal kick. Well done. And that ACC tournament can be so brutal in itself. So you got to run the gauntlet and advance as far as you can there. Now, Clemson last year won that tournament and won the NCAA tournament. I think it was the first time in history, right?
Right.
And you don't do that without a deep squad.
And when you go through the league in the Atlantic Coast Conference, there's going to be 5, 6, 7 matches that you're going to play that will prepare you for the NCAA tournament as well as anything can. Very, very deep league.
Well, it's
going to draw a whistle there. Yeah, that may draw a yellow. That looked a little dangerous.
No surprise every year that you often see 2 ACC teams in that Final Four. I think this is shaping up to be the same.
Yeah, and so here's the new format. All 15 teams make the tournament. You can see seeding by regular season finish. And you can see 3 points for a win, a point for a tie, all that kind of fun stuff that goes there. So this is new for 2024. And I would think that all coaches would like this. You know, if you play a regular season, you want to have an opportunity to try to go play for your championship if you can. And there will be upsets.
Absolutely.
That's going to happen. And there'll probably be a team that'll be like an 8, 9, 10, maybe as deep as a 12 seed that'll make a run. It'll be interesting to see if it holds chalk, but usually it does not.
Well, you cover basketball as well. What was NC State seeded in the ACC tournament last year?
I want to say that State was either the 10th or the 11th seed.
They went on a little bit of a tear.
Obviously won the ACC tournament and then went all the way to the Final Four.
Yeah.
And there were a lot of people who thought once they were a member of the Final Four, beware. they ran into Alabama, got knocked off. Before UConn. I don't know that anybody was going to beat UConn, though, last year in hoops.
One of the things we're seeing play out now is as Wofford is having some success breaking that initial line of pressure from Clemson, but once they get into midfield, then they've got to penetrate further, and they haven't been able to kind of find that pass to link up with that front line consistently. They need a little bit more ability from their midfielders and forwards there.
Magnuson. Jin.
And they are very compact centrally, so these transitional moments, they're going to be tough to break down.
Gibey draws 2 men, able to dribble away, and then gets tripped up. And that'll be a foul called. Clemson will play it quickly. Magnuson touches it. Musa off on the wing. Okunlola feeds it through, and Musa could not put it on frame.
Well, Okunlola with a very measured cross there. Musa did everything right except get over that ball completely.
So here's the foul on Gibey. There's the cross.
I think actually the Wofford defender got a piece of that.
Yeah.
That's what threw Musa off there.
Yep.
I think that was Cameron Gorst there. Nice defensive play.
Wofford pushes it to the Clemson side, looking to attack. Wofford player went down, but they decided to play on. Anderson went down, but Wofford was maintaining possession of it, so no reason for a whistle and a stoppage of action there. Try to chip it in.
Yeah, I think Gibey got him there, but it's not enough to bring it back for a yellow card once this play is dead. Good decision by the referee.
Gorst. Abik. He'll feed it off on the wing.
And that's
Anderson looking to attack.
That's that play out of midfield I was talking about. Finding that last pass to get in the final third.
Nice good defense there. Clemson. And Clemson defender goes down. Gibet, and off of him. He just lost his balance. Went down.
I think that was good physical play there. Not a lot in that.
Offside call. Lundegaard trying to feed it through. Deflected away as they try to get to the foot of Yoshizawa. Yoshizawa trying to use his speed, but it was well cut off. That's a fine defensive play by Selleck.
Yeah, Adam Selleck showing his pace there, able to get a touch on that.
Illuminato called for the foul. Number 17 there for Clemson. Kane cuts off the long pass. Trying to push it to the wing. I think he was expecting Okunlola to break to the ball, but he did not.
Yeah, I just don't think he saw that Wofford player in that wide area.
Selleck. Robick. Tackle from behind, but they play. And it's a sliding tackle, and that's a good tackle from behind by Jones.
Very good tackle from Paul Jones.
At the sideline, here's Gorse. Cuts it back towards the midfield. Parker. Ship it forward, here's an attack. A nice pass there to Anderson. That ball just pushed over the end line off the head of Magnuson. And that's actually, I like that play.
Yeah, Magnus was wanting a little foul there.
Yeah.
Not sure that Nick Parker got any of him, but
there was a sliding tackle from behind on Meinhard.
That's a very good tackle from Paul Jones there.
So Robick will come over and take the corner. It's short. Jin trying to keep it alive. Anderson will punch it back. Ball headed right back out. But Wofford still able to control in the Clemson zone. Gibet. Duquesne tackled there. Gibet with it. Excuse me, that was not Gibet, that was Lundegaard. Jen. Okunlola will play it back. Cross it. Duquesne gonna chase that down. Oh, nice job of keeping that in play.
That was a really nice ball to change the point of attack, and Duquesne did well there.
Tries to chip it in, but too much foot. Once again, I think was looking for Musa.
And normally he's been very pinpoint with a lot of his crosses, but he's overcooked a few here tonight.
Tyler Trimnell will come into the Clemson lineup. Yoshizawa will come out. 3 common opponents between Clemson and Wofford this year. Queens, both of them with a win. Wofford a 2-1 win. Clemson with a 4-2 victory. Wake Forest, 0-0 tie for Wofford. A 1-0 win for Clemson. And Upstate, actually, I say 3 common. Wofford was supposed to play Upstate, but that one got postponed. I think that was all during Helene.
I think that was Helene.
Clemson beat Upstate early on in the year, 6-0.
Well, Tyson talked about the confidence that his team took from going up to Wake Forest. That is not an easy place to go, and he's able to go up there and get a result, keep a clean sheet. Well, it's an interesting sub here, bringing on Trimnell from Yoshizawa. You know, Don, we like to say that soccer is part ballet and part bar fight, and it's it's a little bit more of a bar fight here at the moment. So Trimnell perhaps better suited that than Yoshizawa.
Throw in here by Selleck. And the ball's going to be carried through Lundegaard. Musa, Okunlola. Chips it on frame. Diving effort. Bats it away. Back heel pass. Duquesne chips it across. That's headed out. Jen fires a shot and a diving save off to the left. Ledden.
Well, I like Okunlola in that moment. He's driven to the inline on a few occasions, and this side he cuts in, puts it on that left foot. Caught Ledden off guard.
Here's the back heel.
And Duquesne did not overhit that one.
Luminato pushes it through. Kane on the wing. Bay chips it in, looking for the header off the side. That was a great look.
Well, that's one thing that Tyler Trimnell will bring to the game. He is very good in the air. He times it well. Just trying to steer that to the near post, or the back post. Nearly puts that on frame.
Gibet, that was a great effort for the pass there to Trimnell.
Well, he's scored some big-time goals this year, but his ability to provide and see those passes is why he's so important to this team.
Chin plays it off Duquesne. Miner trying to one-touch it back over to Illuminato, but that's just clear to the sideline and out of bounds by Selleck. Throw in for Clemson. Jen pushes it through. Musa feeds it back out to the wing. Okunlola. Ball deflects out. Gibet. Duquesne again. Illuminato carries it back out, finds Duquesne. Ball slips through. Wofford will be there to cover that up, and they will send it right to the corner. It's still in play. Yep. Jin trying to chip it. Looking for a couple of big bodies in front of the net, but got deflected a little bit for a goal kick. We've seen a lot of things, Kevin, you and I doing broadcasts over the years. I don't know that we've seen this.
Well, we always reference things we see on the bingo card, right?
I didn't have that on the bingo card. How did it stay in bounds?
Well, Don, I think that was one of the better spells of possession in the final third from Clemson there. They were just looking for that seam to penetrate centrally. And Wofford held strong.
Selleck able to keep it in. Bryce Peacock play it off. Ledden foots it forward. No foul call there. Luminato.
Parker looking for a call. I think he might have had an argument a little bit.
Jin plays it off. Duquesne comes on the angle, gonna fire a shot. Fisted out. Ledden. Chip back in, out front, ball is loose. Ledden comes up with it. Boy, body's tangled up in front. Clemson was looking for a foul called. No whistle.
I think
Luminato thought he got tangled.
Yeah, I thought they had a very good argument for a call there, but center official was in very good position. I think a no call is the right decision there. That's very close, isn't it? It's one of those if
rebounding position, brother.
Right.
It's bar fight, like you said.
Right.
This is not a ballet tonight.
If you're Wofford, it's definitely a no call. If you're Clemson, it's definitely a call.
Yep.
Well, you talk about players that have come on, and for me, the last few games, Illuminato just continues to get better and better. He makes those runs out of midfield, like in that situation. He's become a real scoring threat. Had that great game winner at the end of the game against North Carolina.
Yeah, Clemson here recently has had some thrillers. Now, the last two have not been that way, winning 6-0, 6-1, but scored 3 goals in 7 minutes at Louisville for a 3-2 win. Right before that was the win here against North Carolina, 3-2.
Which was wild. North Carolina, I think, had only conceded maybe 3 goals on the year.
Yep.
Something outrageous like that. And between the two teams, there were 3 goals in the last 4 minutes. That's nicely done.
Selleck plays it back through. Parker has his pocket picked. Jin. Okunlola, that's a long run with him with the ball. Still maintains though. Crosses it. Oh! Trimnell trying to put that foot squared on frame. But just goes too high. That was a good long run there. Well, put together by Okunlola.
Somehow Okunlola just maintained his balance and kept driving and really delivered a nice cross.
So here you go. Numbers, you can see both teams, or both guys, Ledden with 5 shutouts and Damon with 4. I mean, just eerily similar numbers in net. for these two guys. And they do it a little bit differently. I mean, I'm not saying that Led is not a great athlete. And Dama is a very athletic goalie.
Yeah, he really is. Well, the area of growth that we've talked about is, you know, watching him his first couple of years, he would venture out of his area. Right. Exciting to watch, and he's learned the moments to come and the moments to stay home.
It's a good chip up the sideline. Get it to Declan Matee. Matee plays it back. Gorst will play it back even further to Peacock. Gorst trying to play it up the sideline. Clemson will jump on that.
That's well done from Lundegaard.
Trimnell. There's a ball pushed away from him by Kohler for a Clemson throw in. 8:25 clock running here in the first.
The idea was there from Trimble to link up with Minard.
Nifty little move there by Menendez to just come in. Kohler will play it off. Landsberg pushes it back on the foot of Kohler.
That's good defending from Tyler Trimble from the top.
Oh, just accidentally touched there by Duquesne. So he was trying to clear that up the sideline. Plant foot touched the ball and he whiffed it.
Yeah, Adam Selleck there giving good pressure.
That ball kept in bounds by Clemson. Stopped that from being a corner. Trimnell able to battle with it and carry it forward. Peacock, and he bouncing bodies, and that's going to deflect off of Peacock and become a corner. Well, there's your bar fight right there.
Yeah, absolutely. Just two guys battling for the ball. A little bit of contact, and Trimble was able to force the last touch from Peacock. Yeah, it's in a corner.
It's Peacock at 6'3", 190. Trimble also at 6'3" and about 190. Yep. That was big body against big body there. Too much foot there. It sends it over the top of everyone. Landsberg. Watch it go over the inline for a goal kick.
And that one is not going to go off the corner flag. Stay.
No. We've had one of those tonight. So coming up, get a chance to talk over the first half with both head coaches. Give you a recap of what happened in the first 45. Get you ready for second half as well. We have 5.5 minutes before we get there, though. Selleck with space. Let's slow it down. Landsberg. Peacock. Selleck chips it. Run down footed back. Lundegaard. Illuminato tripped up. They play on. No whistle there.
Adam Selleck was having none of it.
Gibet, nice little steal. Illuminato. And that one will draw a whistle. And that may draw a card. And it will.
Yeah, I think his cleats were left in there exposed. I think that was Paul Jones, actually.
I think Paul Jones is too happy with that one.
He was just a little late on that touch. And I think it actually looked worse in real time, but you know, sometimes Illuminato just went down on a tough but fair challenge before that. He draws a foul right afterwards. I think that's always in the referee's mind.
So a set piece opportunity here for Clemson.
And they've been pretty dangerous in these set pieces in the final third this year. So let's see what they can cook up.
Chin sends it in. Oh, and ball's popped up in the air and taken. And that had possibilities.
Yeah, was that Trimnell getting on the end of that again?
I think it was. Clemson going to press this a little bit. Doing a good job of keeping it deep in Wofford territory.
And this is good if Clemson keeps the ball just in front of them. If they can force Wofford to go long to break pressure.
Force off the settle. Now we'll chip it. And the ball will just be pushed out of bounds by Duquesne. And we'll get a sub here for Clemson. Mason Jimenez come in. Illuminato checks out. Ooh. Duquesne got undercut. That's a dangerous play right there. Duquesne went down hard to the turf.
Yeah, I think that could be a yellow card just for how dangerous it was, but I'm not completely sure that he actually saw him.
And they are going to issue a yellow, though. Now we'll go against Selleck. So second yellow here late in this first half.
I think that might be a couple of battles that Selleck has been in, but yeah, there's.
Oh.
I tell you, that's how you break a collarbone, Don.
Dislocate a shoulder. You can do a lot of things right there. That kind of play. Athletic trainer for Clemson soccer, Razienski out there. Duquesne's going to be fine. This will be interesting to see what they do here. If they just bring him over to the sideline and let him re-enter.
I think he's going to come right back on after the restart here.
That play is just fine over Memorial Stadium, but it's not here at historic Riggs Field.
You know, and Selleck has been tough and physical in the back, and I think some of the referees' reasoning there for the yellow card isn't just that one foul, perhaps, but He's been tangled up a few times. Good physical player.
Duquesne gets right back in the action.
That's
There's a trip in the box. That could be a penalty, and it is.
Well, and I feel for Selleck. I think he was involved in that one as well, and it was a nice little slipped pass. He had no choice in this. Is this just a warning? What's going on here?
Yeah, Selleck. Gibe, who's 2 for 2 on penalty kicks so far this season. Trying to score here late in the first to give Clemson a 1-0 lead. And make it 3 for 3.
Well, Gibe's been so clinical on set pieces, much like that, and he gets led and going the wrong way. I feel like if you're Wofford, though, it's a legitimate penalty, but you're going to feel hard done by because you've played so well defensively.
The little stutter step by Gibe, I think it made the goalie move first. Here's how we got to the penalty kick.
It's a really good positive first touch beyond the defender from Meinhard.
Well, you saw the kind of like the fake long stride.
And he just dipped that shoulder a little bit and sold the left corner.
So Gibe with his 5th goal of the year.
Oh, that was certainly a timely one.
Ball be cleared into the stands.
Okay. It's a pretty strong throw there,
Going
Don.
back, yeah, not bad.
Rookie of the year.
Yeah, that ain't quite all the way from left field to home plate, brother. Although I do like the movie reference.
Well, I mentioned it to someone about 2 weeks ago, and he said, "Oh yeah, the old picture." I was like, "No, wrong movie.
Wrong
Thinking The Rookie." I'm talking about the classic Rookie of the Year.
That's exactly right. Chicago Cubs star. Ooh, that ball deflects back. That's a little dangerous right there.
It's always dangerous when you've got the boot exposed like that.
Lindegaard with a nice job of just controlling all of that. Under a minute to go, 40 seconds counting. And that ball will go off and out of bounds off of Selleck. Would not think that Clemson would play this very quickly. 25 seconds and counting here. First half. Duquesne just clears it. Ball deflects out. Ooh, boy, that came up. Caught Kohler in the head area. We have made it a half. So the late penalty kick, Gibe gives Clemson the 1-0 lead here after the first 45 minutes of action. Hansberg. Jones, middle of the field, finds Menendez. Duquesne. And it's going to deflect off the Wofford defender, be a throw in for Clemson. Gibet slows it down. Lundegaard trying to push it through, and they're not letting Meinhard have much control of the ball at all. It seems like Meinhard has had at least one body on him, if not two.
Yeah, that was nicely done by Bryce Peacock, just putting Meinhard under pressure, throwing off his balance just a little bit. Enough that he didn't have a clean first touch.
Ooh, fancy footwork there by Gibet to turn that.
Well, he's always so confident. As he never looks like he believes he will lose the ball on the dribble. He's technical enough he can hang on to it until something opens up for himself.
Ooh, that was almost a little bit of an errant pass. Just by Trimdell.
Trimdell just gambled a little bit there, and one thing he's going to want to do in that center forward role is just shape the ball and keep it on one side of the field.
Seelig going to put foot it. Headed back out though. Should be off the outside of his foot, Duquesne. Push it middle of the field. If you ever go to a Clemson practice, and you and I have been to many Clemson practice, one of the things that I love to watch them do is that they'll, on a very short field, they'll play like 7-on-7, and it's all short, tight passing, and it's amazing how fast you have to move the ball in those short areas, and they have a small, undersized goal that they can put it into, and but really does teach the fundamentals of passing in little short areas.
Don, I think that's what they refer to as playing inside a phone booth.
Yep. That ball will be played over the end line for a corner. Okunlola was trying to go 1v1. Oh, no, excuse me, they rolled it a throw in, not a corner.
Jacob Anderson did well there, not letting Okunlola drive to that end line.
Jen couldn't control, it goes out of bounds. Again, a throw in for Clemson. Oh, and Okunlola cheating up the sideline a little bit, try to get out of that deep corner.
Cheated back a little bit. Yep. Usually they don't want you to be too far
exactly
forward.
Right. Try to cheat back up. And again, another throw in. Lundegaard. Jen trying to fire a shot. That looked like it may have caught the arm, but no whistle, no stoppage of action. The ball will come over the sideline and go out of bounds.
And that came off the Flansburgh.
You could tell it was the guilty party.
Well, yeah, and absolutely. And the biggest difference there is his arms were in tucked behind him.
Right.
He was looking to avoid it. They weren't stretched and reaching out.
It was Landsberg that it got. You could tell he was praying. He did not want to hear a whistle. Ledden clears it out. Peacock settle it. Play it back. Clemson being aggressive defensively, but Wofford able to play it forward, and here they see if they try to put together a quick attack. Anderson. Plays it backside to Gorst. And again, that Clemson defense able to push the momentum of the ball back towards the midfield stripe. Here's a quick little turn by Diebold, our first look at him.
Well, Don, we were talking before the match. Clemson has really taken big strides, improving defensively, and so much of that is the transition to defense when they lose possession. They are quick to get numbers behind the ball and get organized.
Jones feeds it off Anderson. Anderson again trying to go 1v1. Plays it backside Parker. Right back to Anderson. There you go. That's some of that defense you were talking about right there.
Yeah, staying disciplined, keeping the attacker in front of you, moving your feet, not lunging in.
Ball chipped down the sideline and go out of bounds. I'll say last touch Clemson, I think. Duquesne got a piece of that. Ooh. There's, oh, they're going to call that a whistle on against Wofford on the foul.
It looks like Meinhardt got there first, and
Gorst was the guilty party.
Just a little bit late. I don't think there was much intent in that. They were both reaching for the same ball.
I will tell you, the sound of it didn't sound very good.
No, sir.
That's the visual.
Yeah, I think he has an argument. Looked like he had the last touch,
right?
Just as he followed through when Meinhardt was making a challenge.
Ball misplayed. Ooh, that ball deflected. Ginn trying to push it through defenders. Control by Menendez, and again play back. Peacock. Ledden, under some pressure, able to play it out. It'll be a throw in Clemson.
It's very good from Lundegaard there. That's got to be committed coming off of that back line when you step into midfield and press a player like that.
Magnuson trying to play it through. Somehow it drifted all the way through. Ginn plays it back. Maybe too long of a pass there towards Okunlola. Gibet kept it alive. Ginn trying to push it through, but it deflects.
Oh my.
Trimnell.
A little collision off the ball there.
Yep. Lola got up though. Trimnell looking to cross. Musa was setting up shop in front of the frame, but it didn't get to him. Here's Parker. Parker will play it backside. Selleck. Diebold. Landsberg. Once again will control. Selleck under some pressure. Nice settle there at midfield. Diebold will throw it in. Menendez got it. Try to direct it back to Diebold. Clemson comes away with it through traffic. Jen plays it back off. Okunlola. Lundegaard. Jimenez plays it off to the wing. Duquesne drawing double team. Now a chip, oh, too strong. Trying to feed it towards Tremnell. Gibe just a little too much foot there.
Yeah, just a little heavy. He was, as you said, trying to pick out Tremnell at that back post.
Anderson got a foot to it, touched it. Touched back by Okunlola. Have not said Joseph Andema's name much at all in this match.
He's had a fairly quiet night, but Don, you can pick up the subtle little change from Wofford here. That they've dropped Adam Selleck back into center position in a back three. They've gone. They're looking at a lot more 3-4-3 this half. Just means the workload for players like Jacob Anderson is really going to have to track back defensively.
30 minutes left here at historic Riggs Field.
And these are the moments where you're gambling in that 3-4-3.
Oh, there's a nice little back heel, and Jen plays it right back. And that's good defense, and that's going to be a foul call there on Clemson. Tremnell just got blocked off the ball.
And that's good awareness, Clemson, in that moment. That space that Anderson just cannot commit to because he's going forward. Landsberg did well to fight off Tremnell there and draw the foul.
Illuminato comes back in. Titus Sandy also comes in. Jimenez went out. Jen checks out as well. Parker.
And you have to go forward here.
Yeah, playing it back towards his own goal. Landsberg. Selleck trying to push it forward. And again, Clemson forcing that ball back for Wofford. Landsberg. One more time to Selleck. Tremnell trying to pressure a little bit. Peacock. That ball deflects. And that will go over the inline and become a goal kick. Ledden will touch it off to Selleck. Jubei controls here for Clemson. Chops it over to the wing.
That's a
Push
good
it
run
through. Opportunity here. A shot out front that just rolled across, and nobody in a white shirt could get there to it.
It's a good overlapping run from Arthur Duquesne.
Boy.
I think that caught Trimnell and was that Musa off
I think
guard?
it was both. Yeah, I think it's just, you're right.
That's a good turn.
Turn by Parker. Anderson, Jakob Anderson pushes it. He pushed it behind the intended Symes. Wofford will be able to get back defensively. Sandy trying to push it off to Okunlola, and that is promptly picked off by Anderson. Feeds it back to Parker. Parker shoved down out front. That'll be a whistle. Magnuson with a little too much arm there.
Yeah, it was the
and a yellow card.
It was the slightest of touches, wasn't it, to throw? I believe that was Nick Parker off balance. It is a foul, though. You can just see the arms extended. Now this is a very dangerous position for Wofford here. Ideal position for a good ball striker, can get it up and over the wall and cause the goalkeeper trouble.
First yellow card against Clemson in the match. The referee is caution number 32, Magnuson. Opportunity here for Wofford. Landsberg one side and Gorse on the opposite side. Landsberg off of the defenders out front. Wofford be awarded with a corner. Took it right in that wall, and Magnuson head it back out.
Serving his penance there, and
Parker take the corner here. That Wofford does not crowd the goalie box. They're going to crash in.
I'm not really sure what's going on here. He stopped the clock because he wasn't happy with the ball position. I think he's trying to make sure the clock restarts, or
they're resetting the clock.
Yeah, I don't know why
you're
reset it at
25:52
in that situation, though.
Yeah. Ball sent in. It's headed out front. Loose. Bodies go down, but carried out by Clemson. And Duquesne pushed it middle of the field. Minato pushes it off the wing, gets it right back. Duquesne. And we'll whistle and a foul call there on Wofford, and this will give Clemson an opportunity. About a 45-degree angle.
Yeah, that felt a little soft there, but it's just chaos in the area.
There was chaos. And Selleck was looking for a push from behind, hoping maybe.
Yeah, Titus Sandy Jr. won the initial ball and was able to jump on it the second touch.
Three fresh bodies come in for Wofford, including Thaddeus Dennis. Our first look at him.
Yeah, and for me, this is one of these.
Played short. Gibe, though, controls it off the deflection.
It's one of these changes that's it's going to take a little getting used to for me, that you can sub on a stoppage. So rather than a goal kick or a throw in, now it's a free kick.
Heck, I still go back when the goalies had to dribble it, after so many steps, had to bounce it. What are you talking about? back in the 70s.
Well, Don, you know,
I'm a dinosaur.
when I was still coaching, we always had alumni game, and we'd have the 50-year-old players out there playing against the current team, and they would pass back to the goalkeeper, and he'd pick
it up. Absolutely.
They're like, hey. They're like, these are the rules when we played, fellas.
Whistle and foul call on Clemson.
Well, that's been the evolution with the goalkeeping position. You have to be very good with your feet in the modern game. Back in the 70s,
I can remember
not so much.
remember the goalie could scoop it up, but I think that he had to dribble the ball or bounce the ball once every 3 steps or something like that. He was only allowed to take so many steps. You couldn't just run around with it in your arms. This is not rugby. Pushed through, but played nicely by Sandy. Turned that out. Trimnell looking to settle it. Peacock on his back. He'll play it all the way back to Endema.
And that gives you so good of a picture what Arthur Duquesne can do. He's continuing to bomb forward that overlapping run, and he's always played the ball, but nonetheless, it's a good decoy run when he doesn't get the ball.
And trying to play a long ball in the area of Trimnell, but too long.
And that's just continuing to force Wofford wide midfielder to come back and drop into that back line.
Kevin, as you look at this Clemson team, I mean, you've been around the 2 national championship teams. The thing this is just me, right? Is that I felt like those 2 national championship teams for Clemson had that guy or two that could be electric with the ball as a goal scorer. I'm not sure that I see that yet. I think that there's a possibility of that still for Clemson as we'll go down, play a final regular season game, and then go through an ACC tournament. Do you see that? You see that player or two that maybe they can be there?
Well, I think for me, watching this team as they've kind of come together over the last several weeks, some of the players for me, that's like they've really, their game has reached a new level. Remy Okanola was so good as a freshman, and now he's playing a little bit of a different role, but he's been really, really effective the last couple of games. I think Illuminato continues to get better and better, and as good as Gibe was last year, he's reached another level. And I just think with this team, the goals can come from a lot of different places.
Well, 12 in just the last 2 games coming into this one. 6-1, 6-0.
Yeah, you talk to opposing coaches as you're prepping for these games, and you know, last year Dunham was pretty easy when you asked them, okay, you've seen Clemson, you know, what are your thoughts on who do you have to keep under wraps? And it was Usman Silla. That was the primary player that everyone in the country mentioned.
So here's the only goal of this contest, and it came on the penalty kick. It was awarded right there. The push down by Selleck. And Gibet now 3 for 3 in goal kicks on the year.
And it's all created from a nice little combination play centrally, and Gibet able to step up and put the Tigers ahead.
It's going to go in the deep corner, but be saved before it goes out of bounds. Diebold, Luminato, they got a piece of it. Selleck on the back end, Ledden feeds it. Oh, that was almost read by Paz. Able to step in front of it was Kohler. Finally, Wofford just to relieve the pressure.
And then that's good pressing from Clemson with 5 and 6 players, forcing players to go negative, and you feel like you've done your job when the opposition ultimately has to play long if you can't nick something in there.
All right, so Paulino Paz right here with the ball. Just fit. This is a guy you mentioned in the first half. 16 guys they probably could start. Paz is one of those guys and could be a big piece of the puzzle for Mike Noonan.
Yeah, 100%. Now you've got guys that'll, you know, maybe we'll see tonight. James Kelly, who I think is very similar to Tyler Trimble and what he does, and he's got a few goals on the year. Oh, that's a good run.
Robick, good sliding tackle there. Duquesne, but will force the corner. Diebold looking for that centering pass.
And you could see that run developing just out of midfield from Diebold.
Jakob Anderson will go over as you take a look. Joseph Andema. Here's Anderson to take the corner. Left foots it in. Sails over everybody, but chased down backside. Finally just cleared. Nice job there by Lundegaard just to get that out of the Clemson zone. Kohler plays it to Robick. Try to fire a shot, trying to go high right corner, but wide of the post.
Well, you know, I think that the natural tendency in games, the team that's leading will always be slightly more conservative. They don't have to take quite as many risks going forward, so you have a little bit of that playing out. But I think if I'm Coach Tyson, moving forward, I kind of like my team in the setup he has now with 3 in the back. He's committing a few more players forward, and they've been able to get in that final third a lot more the second half.
Ball in traffic, carry through. Trimnell will play it back, pause. And Sandy. Luminato gets it right back. Duquesne turns. Minard had taken away. Minard goes down, stays down. There's Trimnell stepping into the pass. And the ball played out of bounds. And the official did not stop action. Clemson wanted them to stop action.
Yeah, Meinhardt was down for
Meinhardt, yeah.
I don't really see a foul there from Peacock. He was able to establish position, shield off Meinhardt, but he was down for a while. He still doesn't look 100% over there, Don.
No, he's...
What do we call that? A little hitch in his giddy up?
That's my term. Ball play back, Andema. Pressure coming on Andema. He'll clear it. And the ball skips by Musa and picked up. And Trimdle tackled, no call. And finally, the whistle. I think the official was letting that ball play to see if Meinhardt was going to get to it and continue to carry it.
Yeah, and I tell you what, of all the yellow cards we've seen, that is in that transitional moment. It's a little surprising he didn't go to his pocket there.
Did not get one. Just 7th foul, as you can see there on your screen against Wofford here tonight. Sandy pressured, trying to play it off towards Musa, taken away. Paz able to turn it right back in. Opportunity. Musa, ball got by him.
That was a clever turn from Paz there.
Menendez plays it down the line. Meinhardt sends it out of bounds on the slide tackle right in front of Anderson.
Look at Trimble work it back. That's your center forward, tracking all the way into his defensive third.
So you see subs back in. Matee saw him first half. Shown by Magnuson, not let that ball get up and over top of him. Again, Clemson's defense will force Wofford to play it back towards their own end. And trying to play it midfield. A little finesse. Musa in a battle with Landsberg. Landsberg wins that, plays it off to Peacock. Back to Selleck. Anderson. Kohler. Trimnell on him. Selleck plays the middle of the field. Robick. Now Wofford in the Clemson zone. Trying to look for an opportunity, but again, they'll come back midfield and build one more time. Robick through traffic, able to play it off, and it's going to be offside. Got it to Matee. And subs will come in.
Just the slightest of margins, but he was in an offside position.
Did our first look, the aforementioned James Kelly. There you go. Kevin, you mentioned Mr. Kelly. Also, we'll have Nisei Yoshizawa back in. There's the player offside. That's a clear offside.
Man, that's a good experience from Vandenberg there. Just able to take a step at the last moment and put him in an offside position. I like the change from Coach Noonan there to give Kelly some minutes and fresh legs here the last 11 get Meinhardt off. Yoshizawa's pretty fresh. Certainly not at a point where you're comfortable looking ahead to the weekend, but I think both of these teams, if you talk to the head coaches before the game, their weekend matches are a lot more important than their week matches. Both trying to wrap up conference play.
Yeah, both of them trying to get higher seeds. And showed you at half that if things ended right now, there's a long throw. Clemson will defend that, however. To the corner goes Matee. Magnuson on him. Plays it off. That's a nifty little play through. And for a second, I thought that was going to dribble out front of the net, but nice job there by Sandy to push that out of bounds.
Oh yeah, you're talking about another player that didn't necessarily start on the night,
right?
But Titus Sandy Jr. has proven this year he is quite capable on that back line. He's started several games.
Throw in. Duquesne. Pause, looks to settle, does. Open Lola. And taken away from him. Nice play by Kohler. Robick plays it across. One touch by Jones, back to Peacock.
Yeah, I think he's fortunate Jones got a piece of that. Yoshizawa was looking to nick it there.
There's a ball that plays through. Kelly couldn't control. Able to stay on side, push it back to Okunlola. Lola pushed from behind, and that'll be a whistle and a foul. Got pushed in the back by Landsberg. There's nothing short than a push in the back.
Very similar to that foul from Magnuson earlier, right? It's a little too handsy.
Paz and Yoshizawa, either side of this. Three-man wall. Yoshizawa will chip it in. That ball's headed up in the air and become a corner for Clemson. Mentioned that Clemson right now, if things were ended, they would be the 2 seed. You go to Saturday, Clemson travels to Virginia Tech. Pitt, who's atop the league, they go to Syracuse, right?
Right.
If Clemson can outscore Syracuse, win their match and outscore Syracuse by 3 goals, then Clemson would become the 1 seed in the Atlantic Coast Conference. That ball headed in just wider frame, and Clemson arguing that we should get another corner that deflected off of a defender for Wofford, but no avail.
Yeah, of course, Don, in that scenario, Syracuse has to do Clemson a favor and
lose.
Pitt at home.
Yeah. Damon will scoop that up, just roll it right back out. Sandy, slow it down. Illuminato, misplay. Yoshizawa settles it. Duquesne right back. Yoshizawa.
He's clever on the dribble.
Yes, he is. Into the box he comes. All the way to the end line. Centers out front. Kelly was there, and then it's touched it in for a goal, and it's 2-0 Clemson. Tremnell just kind of cleaning up the trash out front.
Well, that's a striker's goal. He was in the right area at the right time. The slightest of touches from James Kelly Well done from Tyler Trimnell.
5th goal of the year for Trimnell.
I think that's one of those situations where the statistician is looking at, and that's going to be a double assist. Yoshizawa did all the work in the wide area. This is what fresh legs in a wide area can do for you.
Well, you thought that touch maybe by Yoshizawa was going to be too heavy, but great touch by Kelly. He knew exactly where Trimnell was.
He wasn't in a position to put it on frame himself. Just able to misdirect it, and I tell you, that is not a lot of space at that near post either, is it?
No.
Well, that's well deserved from Tyler Trimnell. He's certainly put the work in tonight.
Sliding tackle there at Kelly. Did not draw a whistle. Magnuson play it back.
It feels like the last 5 minutes here down the stretch could get a little spicy, Don.
Well, as we found out today or tonight, we're not at the ballet. You've already called this a bar fight, so.
This is.
Boy, there's a shot that's fired by Okunlala. Oh, man, he had some pace on that. And then we get a whistle and a foul called on Clemson, the opposite side.
That's one of those that, as a player, when you come forward, you're looking for that just teed up on the half volley.
Okunlala, he plastered that.
Yeah, you're able to hit that with pace and put a little movement on it.
Get some fresh bodies in. Galen Flynn, check in. Mason Lamb. It is senior night here, 7 seniors, and so a couple of seniors coming in late.
And again,
for Mike Noonan.
More guys that have started matches this year for this Clemson side.
Pause. Double team, trying to settle it. Last touch it. Yeah, right now, if you're Joel Tyson for Wofford, he wants to see his team finish this off. Down 2-0, I understand that, but he didn't want him to quit.
And like I said, I really like him in this. The more and more I look at it, it's 3-5-2. They've got good width. He's got a solid 3 at the back there. You always fear tinkering with your system, but I think they've looked good here this second half.
The other thing is they have some size and physicality about them.
Yeah, they're certainly physical. They're fit.
Play back towards Dennis, but couldn't be him. Thaddeus Dennis, who we have not seen a lot of. Matter of fact, we did not see him here till midway through the second half. Leading scorer for Wofford. Nice job by Peacock. Keep possession of it for Wofford. Kohler. Landsberg gets it right back from Kohler. Now pushes it through to Patnard. Jakob Anderson pushes it middle. Anderson through, and that's going to be a whistle, and that's going to be a penalty kick coming here for Wofford.
That's a good central run from Anderson.
Yeah. Galen Flynn, guilty party.
Yeah, it looks like he's just kind of hooked him on the arm, doesn't it? Just pulled him down.
So with 2:49 left in regulation, 2-0 Clemson.
Not really sure what.
Not sure what Sandy and Andema are arguing here about. This is only the second penalty kick of the year for Wofford. Patnod. Stuart Patnod going to take it. Transfer from UNC Asheville. And he got him to commit, and he pushes it into the left corner.
This can make the nearly last 3 minutes here interesting.
So 2-1. So here's a good push through, and then Gavin Flynn, and then the goal, and that nice job by Patnod to little stutter step, got Andema to commit.
It just looked initially like Anderson and Flynn were just shoulder to shoulder, but as Flynn was going down, appeared to lock arms and pull Anderson with him. Well, if you're Clemson here, you want to play on your terms in Wofford's half and just kill this game off. Wouldn't be surprised if Duquesne just takes this to the corner if he can on the dribble.
And get a whistle. A foul call there on Duquesne. Anderson gets it right back. Flynn cut in a foul call there. They're going to draw yellow. It is. Oh no, they on the bench. It's a yellow on the bench. I don't know if that was against Joel Tyson, the head man. I don't think it was. I believe somebody's lineage was questioned.
Well, it's one of those situations as well where if you're Clemson, you'd rather not have the foul, just keep the clock going.
That ball will deflect, become a corner. So with 1:20 clock rolling, Clemson will take their sweet time.
They'll take their time. We'll see how patient the referee is here.
Yoshizawa will play it short and just try to keep it in the corner. Well, they didn't do that very long, did they?
Yeah, that was not an intended service. I think he was for another corner.
Duquesne pushed it through a little quicker than I thought. .45 seconds. Clock rolls. .30 seconds left. Wofford, do they have one more push in them? Paz, a nice job just getting a foot on that to slow down that entry pass. Now Illuminato carrying it forward, 10 seconds left, and a whistle and a foul called. Tackle from behind by Kohler. And that should be that.
Well, if you're Clemson, job done. You move on to your final ACC game with Virginia Tech on the weekend. Wofford's going to prep for a trip up to Lexington for VMI.
Extend the win streak to 6 in a row now as well for Clemson. And it's funny, this is now becoming eerily similar to how we saw Clemson finish things up and then make that run to an ACC championship and a national championship last year.
Yeah, I think they would have wanted an easier night of it, but they grinded out the result and got the goals they needed to, so mission accomplished.
So Clemson in their home regular season finale, victorious here tonight over Wofford by a score of 2-1. For Kevin Kennedy, Don Munson, our entire broadcast crew, thanks for being with us from Clemson.
Jordan outside of soccer is a little bit different than Jordan in soccer. You definitely get a sneak peek into who I am with what I wear. Whatever you feel confident in, go rock it. TJ Maxx. Maxx what makes you, you.
Amazon fall favorites are here. Save on fashion, home, beauty, and more. Shop Amazon fall favorites now.
All right, we got your home and auto bundled, and you saved hundreds.
Oh, that's nice with the economy and all.
Ooh.
What's the economy?
Where do we start?
What isn't the economy?
Yes.
Right?
It is, it's so many things.
Right.
Look, all you really need to know is that Progressive can save you money without sacrificing quality coverage.